Happy morning, children. Today we are going to learn the 7th lesson in our English textbook. And do you know what the lesson is? Trees. Lesson 7, trees. We have already learned about different type of trees, isn't it? So in this lesson also, it's a small poem and it says about a tree. Do you know what way the tree helps us? The tree helps us by protecting us from the sun. If we go and stand underneath, we have shade. It protects us from the sun. Then it gives us good air to breathe. It takes in the carbon dioxide and gives us oxygen. We need oxygen to live, and these trees gives us oxygen. So let us look into the poem. Read the poem and answer the questions that follow. Now, let's go to the lesson. Plant a tree to save the world. Plant a tree to save the earth. Tree provides the shelter and food, cleans up the air and makes it good. Tree saves us from hot sun rays, cools up the ground and the ways. Trees bring clouds and trees bring rain. Let them flourish on our land. Tree adds beauty to our place with the goodness and its grace. Come, dear children, where have you been? Plant a tree and just go green. So, what is the color of the leaves of the tree? It's green. So, when you plant trees all around us, it becomes green. The surrounding becomes green. The last line says here, plant a tree and just go green. So in this poem, the poet is telling about the uses of tree and how it helps us and why we should plant trees so that our earth becomes beautiful. So let's go one by one. Plant a tree to save the world. So the poet says we have to plant trees. We have to grow trees. Why? To save the world. World is a beautiful place. We can make it good or bad. So the poet is saying us to make the world beautiful, we have to plant trees. Again the poet is saying plant a tree to save the earth. We live on the planet Earth, isn't it? So the earth what we live is to be beautiful, and by planting trees, he says we can save our earth. Trees provides the shelter and food. Yes, from the tree we get fruits. We get vegetables, isn't it? So we have to plant trees for shelter. What do you mean by shelter? Shelter means something that gives us protection. Shelter means something that gives us protection. It provides means it gives something to somebody. So the poet says the tree gives us shelter and food. You know the fruits and vegetables are our food. So the tree helps us to give protection and it gives us food. Cleans up the air and makes it good. How does the tree help in cleaning the air? It gives us oxygen, and the carbon dioxide that comes in the air, these trees take it inside and makes the air clean. So which is the air that we need to breathe? Oxygen. So who gives this oxygen? The plants or the trees. So the poet says, cleans up the air and makes it good. Trees saves us from hot sun rays. Yes, from the sun, the heat comes down. If we have trees around, the shade of the trees make the place cool, and the warmth, it is very comfortable to stay under a tree shade. It is not hot. It makes us a pleasant climate. Then cools up the ground and the ways. I told as the tree helps us to give coldness in the area where the tree is. Trees bring clouds and trees bring rain. So the trees help in the falling of rain. So that is the reason everybody says plant plant trees, plant trees, plant plants. Why? It helps us in many things as we have learned now. Trees bring clouds and trees bring rain. Let them flourish on a land. What do you mean by flourish? Grow well. So, the poet is saying, let the trees flourish on a land. Which is the place that we live? Earth. So, let us make our earth filled with trees. Trees add beauty to our place. You know, people visit from different regions to Kerala. Why? Because it is called as the God's own country. Why? Because it is full greenery in Kerala, isn't it? So people come from far away to see this greenery. So it makes the place beautiful with the goodness and His grace. What do you mean by goodness? The quality of being good. And what do you mean by grace? Grace means another good or attractive quality. So, the poet is saying, come dear children, come. Where have you been? Where are you? Now come. And what you have to do? Plant a tree and just go green. So, there are so many benefits of trees. So, the poet is asking us to plant more trees. So, did you understand the poem? So, the poet is saying, the tree saves the world, saves the earth, it provides and shelter and food, it cleans up the air and makes it good. Then tree saves us from hot sun rays, it makes the place cool, and trees bring clouds and bring rain, and they help to flourish our land. And what? It helps in the increase the beauty of our place. So this is the reason why the poet is telling you children, little children, come and plant trees. So read this poem several times, and it is fun to learn poems. See, so you read and then it becomes by heart. So what is the name of the poem? Trees. Shall we go to the exercise? Now let's look at the new words and the meanings. Provides. To give something to somebody. What do you mean by provides? To give something to somebody. Who provides for your schooling? Your parents. So that means they give the fees for you to study in this school. So they provide for you. So provides means to give something to somebody. Shelter. Something that covers or protects. Something that covers or protects. Which is the shelter that you live in? It's your house. Your house protects from the thief, the heat, the cold, rain. So, shelter. Shelter means something that covers or protects. Flourish. To grow well. Flourish means what? To grow well. When we put fertilizers for the plants, it grows well. It flourishes with full flowers. So, flourish. Goodness. The quality of being good. Being good. Grace. Grace is an attractive quality. It is an attractive quality. Attractive means what? Which makes others tell something about it. So, grace, an attractive quality. Now, let us look into the questions from the lesson. On the basis of your reading of the poem, fill the blanks. So, in the initially itself, I read the first sentence of the poem. Read the lesson carefully and answer the questions. So, read several times and then try to answer these questions. Plant a dash to save the world. Tree or flower? What does the poet say here? Plant a tree. Very good. Trees provide dash and food. What does the poet say in this poem? It provides shelter and food. So, house or shelter? Shelter. Next one. Trees save us from dash sun rays. The sun rays is hot or cold? Hot. So, the trees saves us from hot sun rays. Trees add dash to our place. Trees add beauty or dirt? It brings beauty. So, what is the answer? Trees add beauty to our place. Plant a tree and just go green or blue? Green. The leaves are green, so we will have a green luscious surrounding. So green. Next one. Write true or false in the sentences. Trees provide us shelter and food. Does trees provide us shelter and food? Yes. So is it true or false? True. Next one. We should not plant more trees. What does the poet say in this poem? To plant more trees, because there are many helpful things that the tree gives us. So the poet tells us to plant more trees. So it is wrong. So it is false. We should plant a tree to save earth. True. Very good. Next one. Trees make the air dirty. It makes it dirty or cleans up? It cleans up. So trees make the air dirty. It is wrong. So it is false. Next one. Trees bring clouds and rains. Is it true or false? It is true. Yes, the trees bring clouds and rains. It is correct. So it is true. Find and write words from the poem that rhyme with the following. Now, food. What do you mean by rhyming words? It has the same sound at the ending. Rhyming words are words which have the same sound at the end. So there is a word that rhymes with food, the same sound at the end. Which is the word that? Good. Very good. So food, good. End sound, wood. So food and good. Second one, sun rays. Which is the word that rhymes with that? Ways. Sun rays, ways. Look at the end part. Rays and ways. They sound the same. Next one, place. At the end there is one word that rhymes with that. Which is that word? Grace. Place and grace. Look at the end sound. It has got the same sound. Place and grace. Next one, bean. What is the poet telling at the last? Go green. So bean and green. The last sound should be the same in rhyming words. So it is bean and green. Did you understand? Hope the lesson is clear with you. Several times do read this lesson and try to find out more rhyming words. The words that you come across, make a rhyming word for it. Okay, see you in next class.